Okay, so we're going to be starting the session from the get-go. It is being recorded for the YouTube channel, and we are going to get the show on the road. So, welcome to the UK, or the London Open. The London Open is not now, it's in an hour. I decided to do these sessions a little earlier this month because of everything that's happening, so we can kind of be ready before London opens. The agenda for the day is we're going to be going over the watch list and the active trades that were taken today, yesterday, before yesterday, and so forth. We're going to go for what's important for today. And then we're also going to wrap up with a review of yesterday's trades. So let's get things going with the lesson in the beginning. Now, before we get there, the session is done by me, Denis Popivoda. Welcome, and I hope you learned something here today. Today's lesson, probably the most important one. We always need to have a definite exit area. Now, I fucked up with this a few times in my career as a trader, but sometimes you just realize and you say, you know what, fuck it, it's enough, no more mistakes, because you can't always be right. And that's one of the most important things to understand and grasp here, that we just cannot be right. And we can't ride losers, no matter how much conviction we have in the idea. The thing that we need to remember is that the last time we have complete clarity of the upside potential and downside potential of a specific asset, FX pair, or whatever else is before we enter the trade. After we enter the trade, we're only looking for reasons to support our direction, whether that's buy or sell. So have a definite exit area. You're going to save yourself a lot of sleepless nights. A lot of problems will be solved this way, and you're going to go on the road to consistency in the markets. So you need to have this because patterns fail, resistances get broken, supports get broken too. That's the basic reason why we need to have definite exit areas. Moving on. Watch list and trades taken. So for the watch list, we're going to be doing a review of the popular markets together. And then we're going to basically continue on into the executed. Actually, you know what? Let's start with the executed trades, which is USD JPY, GBPUSD, that's today, sell, UK 100 yesterday, buy, and Apple, buy, sell. Apple is sell. My bad here. And then we're going to go to the watch list together. But before we do that, let's go over the news. The important things for today, of course, is the big Fed meeting later on in the evening time in Europe. An important thing for oil and the petrocurrencies, if you do not know which the petrocurrencies are, they are the Canadian dollar, the Russian ruble, the Mexican peso, and the Norwegian krona. These four currencies are dependent on oil, and rapid movements on oil can also move them too, positively or negatively, but they are correlated to oil. So yeah, they said that the Saudi defense minister will hold a press conference today. I don't know what time, I just know it's happening today. So they're basically, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be showing evidence of Iran's involvement in the Aramco attacks, including, of course, the use of Iranian weapons. That's reported by Reuters. I know we have a few Americans following us here, and I don't mean to say anything, but it's kind of sounds a bit silly that Iran would do something like this after, you know, the big US war dog is just looking to attack them, looking for reasons. But hey, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here about trading lessons and making money. UK inflation, that's happening today too. This is important. Inflation is always an important figure to watch out for. So the markets are going to be paying close attention to that. That data is released at 8:30 GMT, 11:30 my time. So about an hour and 26 minutes from now, we get the UK inflation data. It's expected to drop. We'll see how that works out. The dollar is looking a bit stronger this morning, but generally we'll go over all of that and the popular markets for today. Let's move on. Let's get out of this here. How do I get out of this? Like this. Okay, we're out of this, and let's go to the charts. So I'm going to start with the active trades first. We've got Apple here. My computer switched off because I dropped the headphones on the power supply, so I got to do this again. The key trading levels for Apple are here. So these are the key trading levels. We got one more over here. Key support and resistances levels. I'm going to explain what I'm doing. When we see price push to the level and then drop high from it, creating the straight line on the Dow Chain channel, like here, to me, now that becomes a key trading level. And you can see that happen over and over again. The longer lines, that means they're made further behind in time. The ones that are made here are the ones that mean the most to me now. So let me show you what we're doing here. We're going to go down to the 1 hour because that's where I spotted this continuation. We are coming to this support level here, and we have a really nice continuation pattern that's built here on yesterday's price action. It looks really good. We could see maybe a small spike up, maybe around this area, but I expect a strong drop down to 21530. Ironically, that's somewhere where my take profit is as well, but I might target 112.02 as well. But we'll decide that later when the market opens. Moving on to GBPUSD. So GBPUSD was a fun trade because we sold it from this level up here, took it down. We had two TPs. TP1, actually TP1 was somewhere here, I think, and TP2 was there. It was reached. Then we started buying. Take profit was here. I went out a little earlier. We came here, made this reversal candle. We are now using the support of this zone. These are minor levels, by the way, that we have written here. I just made them thicker. And I'm expecting a push down. I released this as an alert. I took it as well. It's a 2.9 risk reward. 72 pip stop loss, of course, but a 208 pip profit. So this is clearly a swing trade and might go on for a little more time. Moving on to USD JPY. Now USD JPY, this morning I just made this contraction here. I'll change the color of it to purple so it stands out. I'm going to teach you something here. So we've got these key levels here. Let's zoom in. And you can see price action using this as a support, resistance, and this level as a support. We used the EMA as support later on and moved forward upwards. I'm ignoring this gap here because naturally, if you take this back up, price action could have just stopped here. We also see that this level acted as a resistance 2 times before breaking into it, and then as a support. Right, you can see that being a support a few times. So that's the charting we're doing. We're now expecting that there's going to be a push to the downside. Of course, we could have another spike up here. Final spike is up here. That's our exit area just over there. TP is all the way down here. I'm targeting 106.0805. So I round it up to the closest 5 or 0. This is looking good. UK 100 is also looking good. Seems to be breaking out of this contraction here, but if you go on the day, on the 1 hour, you'll notice that it's actually right at it because of the spikes down here. They closed down. So I'm thinking it's going to go up. We have a support zone here, which we're messing around with. Problem is we are under the EMA, but we could easily jump right back in as we did here and a couple of other times when price action moved. So if the pound weakens, there is a high chance that the FTSE will go up. And our take profit is up here. Stop loss is just under down here. We're targeting the bottom level of this here. Let me show you. Sorry. So just under this level right now. That's the stop loss. And the take profit is the green level up here. Again, we might get out of this level here because that is a key level. And you can see price action using more or less that level, the close of it here as a support and as a resistance there. So we'll decide, but for now I'm long on this, got a nice position, and that's it. Yesterday I bought XRP physically using Revolut. I'm going to show you why. I showed it in the video too. So we have a major support level right there, which we did use right there. And if we take the closing of this level, you'll notice that right there adds up to the bottom of our level. You can see that well. We had a continuation contraction here where price moved lower, and then we had a bullish reversal contraction. And that worked out great. Now, if you watch that video about XRP, you'll notice when we have this kind of, I'm back. I think you can hear me. I'm back. Okay. I forgot to plug in my headphones. So yeah, let me just see if the mic works. Yeah, it does. Okay. So when you see these little contractions here, price action jumped very heavily from them. And it's all around this level, you know? That's the beauty about this. It's all right around this level. in the mid-20s. So we got another one here as well, where price action just jumped out. This can be seen on the 4-hour better. So all around this level, there's many contractions which made very strong bullish moves. So that is exactly why this is on the 4-hour, this is daily. So it's looking good. Now I'm going to show you where we could be getting out of. First of all, we have this resistance here. We'll draw as many of them as possible so we know the key levels. Clearly, this one is really important because it was a resistance, then support, 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 support. To explain to you like this, by the way, UK 100 is making a nice move, trying to break up. A very important thing about price action is that at these levels here, there was a lot of people selling and price action came here. Now, that was clearly a price where they thought that's enough. We don't see it going lower. And they started taking it up. Now, when it came back there again, much more buyers came into force, hence the reason this really big spike. Check this out. Right from that level, it went all the way up here, 206%. In like a day, I think, a couple of days. I'm hoping for something similar to happen now. If it does, I'm going to be watching XRP at the key levels a lot. I'll make sure that I'm on top of my game with this because I did put a decent amount of money, about 440 something euros. So I'll try and double or triple that if it works out. I mean, if it comes up there, up 200 something %, that's great. Lots of beer for me in Serbia in October. Anyway, let's go into the scouting the major markets right now. We'll take a look at WTI as well. They are the major markets. We're going to go over quite a few pairs. And then we'll take it from there. Starting off with Euro USD, the most popular forex pair. You can see that I've got a lot of key levels drawn right here. This is the daily chart, but we're going to move down to the 4-hour. It's kind of more important to watch right now. So you can see here decent strong support level, which bounced on the ECB news and then shot right up. We came back to this level, closed. We went back up to the next one, which is this level here, the red one. And now we are testing this support again, which was a resistance, which was a resistance, then a support a couple of times, and we had that breakout Friday, I think. It's looking good because the EMA was tested. We could push out. If we do, I think an easy push to up this level here, which is 40-something pips, can be achieved. If the FOMC is bad, then much more. So that's the scenario here. Is I'm more bullish on this than bearish. Okay. Yeah, so let's go to GBPUSD. We just checked that, so it's looking good. You see it's breaking down, which is really good for us. We now need a breakout of this to say that we are on the okay side, and the UK inflation data can help us out here. So I'm bearish on GBPUSD, bullish on Euro, USD JPY, I'm bearish, USD CAD. Now this one I was showing to you guys yesterday as well. See, we had this continuation pattern which was built. We did have a push on that Saudi news from the bottom levels of here. We had the Euro session then. It went all the way up 53 pips. Didn't really come to any level that I think is important. I mean, we can find one if we go back in time. But I think it should range in this level, depending on what happens with Iran. Could be a bit dangerous. I wouldn't trade this whatsoever. So I'll even remove this. So I wouldn't trade this whatsoever right now. Next one, Euro CHF, has a lot of volatility lately, a lot of momentum. It's moving strong, and I'd say that we are moving into some key levels here. See, we broke this resistance really with power, which is good, which means we should be moving on to this next area of price. So up here. So I'd say I'm bullish on this too, but with the news that's coming out, I mean, we could see a drop and a retest of this area, 33 pips. So no pattern right now. We can check the 1 hour and see if there is something here. I'm basically showing you how I would scout the markets. So we had a big push and then we have a stop right there. I think we could see a retest, but we'll see if that happens. I'm not going to be trading this. Just basically running what's going on in my mind. Now UK 100 is making a nicer push, which means that GBPUSD is dropping even more. See, there was a nice push. This one is still messing around, but I expect it to go down. This is a good trade. I'll hold it. It's making me money right now. And GBPUSD is making me money too, so I'm happy. Let's go to the next one. XRP, we just went over that. Let's go BTC USD. So this is a crypto pair. We could see a nice bullish push here. See, we do have a sort of contraction, which I'll draw from here. We don't know. It looks more bullish than bearish because it's pointing to a straight line, which is here. It's not really pointing down or up. So this gives me hopes because it means that XRP could go up as well. So check this out, possible head and shoulders here. So that means we need to break this resistance level up here, which is the neckline. And I think with this contraction, we could. I think we really could. So I'm happy about that. Moving on to the next one, that's HOW USD, which is gold. Gold, we had a really good trade here. Look at this. Beautiful move. I mean, contraction, breakout, boom, straight to TP. Now we have a contraction again. I don't know if it's a valid one. What is it doing? We don't know, so I'm not going to touch it. Clearly, if JPY is gaining, gold should go up too, but we don't know. There is something's going to happen here. It's either going to go down to one of these key levels or anywhere else, or up. So we're done with that. Let's go over HAG USD. Just a quick session here. Nothing here. Let's go over Germany 30. Germany 30 looking hot. See, it's moving between these nice little levels here. Very easy sell here with price action, finding a top at this resistance, creating this reversal candle. Let me just zoom in this. This reversal candle and then a beautiful drop. Then we had a small little possible continuation pattern form. And then boom, back down to the support of this possible channel, which is as well a key trading level. I missed this, but it's okay. Let's go over to the next one, which is UK 100. We checked US 30. That's another important one. See, this is on the daily. This contraction is on the daily, the purple one. It's looking really good. It's looking really, really good. So let's check any key levels here on the 4 hour. So you can see that support there acting up well. This here. I don't see much more. I mean, the blue lines, I've drawn them yesterday on a weekly chart. Looks like something big is cooking here. So I think generally what will happen is this will move south. I just need to close some trades eventually on the UK 100 because I'm worried about stocks going down. Otherwise, on the popular markets, everything else is closed. I will not go over Deutsche Bank, Lloyds, Barclays, BNP, and all of this other stuff, which is moving well today. I'm going to end this session with a quick check of what's going on. GBPUSD moving down, USD JPY cooking. I'm basing this on a decent move down south. I think it's going to come. If not, I need to cut above this level, not above this level. UK 100 is good. It's making a very nice breakout. And I think I'm going to cut here just to be safe and then just wait it out because on the daily we have a very strong reversal contraction as well. But my take profit will be set here because the news could really help me out. Otherwise, if I see a resistance here, I'm getting out. XRP, 7% something up today. I'm happy to hold that. Everything else, I'm done. It is in the overbought, but RSI doesn't really matter at this point. It would matter at the key level because you see here it went all the way up to 83. We are just passing the 70 at 73.58. Tutto finito. That's it. Thanks for coming. And any questions, please direct them either to my email at denispipsmatter.com or send me a message at Discord. I will happily answer it. Thank you and goodbye.